temps, or is it just the room isn't burning down?
Well, no, I put my hand to the PC, both sides, and the board side and the acrylic side, and I just get a physical sense. And I mean, it's
That's not
not
really
warm.
what gets hot, though.
Well, typically with this
If
case,
your
well,
motherboard is getting hot, then that's that should not be happening.
nah, I don't think that would be it though. Audio master. Well, we can turn it up a little bit.
So, is the stream technically already going,
Yeah,
or
yeah. Stream started.
okay, very cool.
Are you able to find
Bunch
it?
of technical what's and doodads. Yeah, I suppose I should determine that. Hey, he's live with sample testing. Wowie zowie. Hey, I sound pretty decent on here. That's nice.
Do you? Yeah, I've been trying to figure out Discord on recording. I think the main
It's
issue
a
is
pain, dude.
yes, I think the main issue is no one has a good mic, so they all sound like shit.
No, but my mic sounds way better than this when it's not through Discord. I feel like whatever Discord's trying to do for audio sampling just sucks. It's just worse than like Zoom does not have this problem, which is bizarre. Of all things, Zoom actually does audio really nicely by comparison. Not that you can stream with that normally, but
I say it looks. I mean, in OBS, my broken monitor looks pretty alright.
yeah, I think it looks better for sure. Now, obviously, you've cut your frame rate in half, so it's absolutely handling the extra bit rate you're throwing at it. It
Right.
looks like you're getting details good. Let's see, we're at 1080p. I'm full screening here. I mean, there's a little bit of image artifacting, but yeah, that's normal for streams.
By the way, have you played this game yet? It's pretty good.
No, I haven't. What am I looking at?
This is BattleBit. It's a Battlefield clone that's insanely well optimized.
Yeah,
And
okay, so
that's the whole point of the game. It's Battlefield, but you know, they finished the game more or less before releasing it.
I heard about this from my buddy on the Monkey Ball Discords, Mr. Soldatron. He, oddly enough, for a guy who mods Monkey Ball games, he's a real connoisseur of the FPS as well. Really, really frustrated at the current state of COD. As would anybody from that era, I suppose.
Yeah,
And Battlefield as well. And he was mentioning how BattleBit was way better than he ever could have expected.
oh yeah, it's really good. I'm super bad at it because it's like because the damage scaling is realistic, which means you get
Oh,
shot
damn.
once, you're gonna fucking die. If you get shot at all. So strategy is a very big thing. As you can see, I don't really have one.
But no, I mean, for what this is dope.
Yeah,
I've never been much of an FPS man. I get on Counter-Strike for the funny with the boys sometimes, and that's most of it.
right.
I'm more of a rail shooter guy,
More of a
to be
what?
honest. Rail shooters, the arcade shooter types.
Ah, okay, yeah. Those are fun. The original Raccoon
They're
City for the
different.
Wii.
Mm.
In fact, most of the Resident Evil games for the Wii.
Yeah, I mean, those were adaptations, sort of rail shooters. Kind of. But yeah, they were really popular in arcades throughout the 90s and stuff. You know, your light gun games, your House of the Deads. House of the
Yeah.
Dead's so good.
I think I played House of the Dead actually recently. It was pretty fun.
They
It-
released the
it's
remaster. I think it's on Steam.
I heard about that.
It is a great game. And it's a shame too, because if you want to play the arcade version, you either have to buy a real ass cabinet, or you have to spend a ton of money on the admittedly very good Saturn port.
Hmm.
is you got to track down an actual nice tube TV and a light gun for your Saturn to actually play that game correctly on real hardware. And that gets expensive.
Right. Actually, I'm gonna try something real quick.
Go through that tube again, actually. That tube had a,
Oh, well, game's over.
Oh, that's right, we're behind. Good old stream lag. Love to see it.
Okay, so I just turned on my desk fan, and I have it pointed at the mic. How bad
Oh,
is
I
it?
can hear it.
You can hear it?
I can hear it.
You can hear it? Is it bad? Or does it add to
Bad
to the
enough.
aesthetic?
Bad enough.
So it does not add to the aesthetic?
It does not. And unfortunately, your scan lines aren't very apparent with how tiny the webcam is.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got this weird thing where it's like I don't want to be like the main focus of the stream. I want the game to be the main focus of the stream because the game is what
You
you're
should
there
just
for.
you should just make the webcam your whole screen and then put some transparency on it.
Make the web I don't know. I don't think that would look very good.
Probably not.
It's a funny idea for sure. I don't know.
It would probably make your compression horrible, actually. So don't actually do it. But yeah, I would say make it a little bit larger. You know, maybe pull up like a rule of thirds grid. You know, kind of go off of that a little bit, maybe. Try to get something that looks aesthetic, isn't too distracting, but it takes up just like a little corner. Feels like it's part of the HUD.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was watching like just a bunch of different streamers over the past couple months that like just seeing how they do their webcam, and it's just so much of the screen is just their face, and it's just like, man, I don't care to look at your face all that much.
Well, a lot of people, you know, it's kind of a picture-in-picture kind of thing too, where, you know, a lot of people will actually make the webcam the whole screen, and then will actually put the game over top of the webcam, kind of in just the dead space.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
That's a typical style. It works decently if you're playing an older game where the aspect ratio doesn't match anyway, and it kind of fills up the dead space pretty well. If you're playing a widescreen game, it's not so great.
Let's say A Way Out is nice because it has big movie bars on top and bottom, so the webcam fits very well.
Oh yeah, you could easily. Is it designed to run in ultra wide?
Yeah, it's like a cinematic story game. Or at least it's supposed to be.
Okay. Yeah, I've actually messed a little bit with ultra wide streaming before, and unfortunately, I don't think the support is really there.
No, definitely not.
You pretty much have to stream in widescreen these days. That's just the way it goes. But yeah, that gives you a lot of negative space to work with. Like if you want to just push the game to the bottom of the screen, then you have that whole top region. Which is a pretty good bit of space.
I mean, yeah, when I'm dead, you've got the movie bars, but I don't know. I've just got this weird mentality of I hate covering up the screen.
It's not an inherently bad mentality to have. For what it's worth, I don't even have a webcam on any of my streams as of right now. It's just not a thing I do. That may change as the setup evolves a bit over time. If somehow any gaming series fans happen to catch this before an update video a couple months down the line, well, yeah, there you go. A new set is actually gonna be on its way. I'm very excited for it.
Check out my new and improved set video. I mean, that'd be kind of cool. I'd watch that.
Well, basically what I'm going to do is just kind of release a video out of nowhere that includes all of that stuff. And then for the people wondering, wait, what the hell happened? This production value just went up, just kind of skyrocketed.
Right.
Like we now have actual live action material. It's like, hey, this is how that happened.
Right, yeah, I see what you're saying.
So,
Speaking
I think
of
that's going to
live
be the way I
action,
do it.
speaking of live action material, if you want to borrow my VHS camera, I would not be opposed to that. I think you could do some really cool stuff with it.
Would consider it. I thought about looking into camcorders and stuff, and just for a bit, maybe if I need to shoot something outside, then I may as well, right? I have the equipment.
Right.
But besides that, I'll probably just mess with funny webcam, just doing some really, really nice B-roll, getting a good DSLR camera, something motion handy.
Yeah,
I'm not
really
even sure what those
excited
run for now.
I'm excited to actually be able to work with footage off the camcorder, because I want to compare the native microphone built into the camera versus like a lavalier mic or something.
Yeah, a lot of them were pretty decent for their time, because audio quality was kind of more important than visuals to people back then.
Right.
Which is funny, because we've kind of 180'd culturally.
Yeah.
We'll accept, like, 96K bit audio, but with a 4K video capture.
Right. I don't know.
Because, I mean, technically, VHS recorded high fidelity audio. Like, it recorded, well, not the original analog spec, but the spec that supported a digital audio stream on VHS cassettes. That was CD res. That was 44.1 kilohertz lossless audio in a digital data stream.
Right.
I see you are certainly having a time of it. U0Fo2 indeed.
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. Just UI stuff that is incredibly behind, because I'm watching this on the YouTubes to confirm compression, and overall, it looks pretty good. Now, granted, we're not quite to that 19-minute mark where it hitched a little bit. In your last stream, I should say.
Right. Yeah, because I had it pulled up on my side monitor, and I was every now and again I would look over at it and see how it was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, yeah, it had moments where it was really good, really clear, and it had moments where I thought I was looking at a painting.
Yeah. And part of that's going to be relative to detail, but these map screens, even though they aren't heavy on the contrast, they're just black and white, they are pretty high detail, and I can still make out what's going on during them.
Right.
So it does help that the game has pretty simple graphics, so even if you are getting some compression, which you certainly are, I can see it now.
Oh yeah.
During that, anytime that it shows the little, I don't know, what is that, like a vignette, as the screen kind of like captures in as if you're closing your eyes, that sort of effect, before you respawn. Yeah, anytime that happens, you can see some pretty obvious video compression.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be there, but.
And on its own, that's not really a big deal. Nothing important is happening on screen when you're dying. So.
Right.
But yeah, I think it looks pretty decent. I am indeed away.
What?
I'm on your Steam.
Oh. Guys, look! It's the gaming Siri! Guys, it's the gaming from you. It's the gaming Siri from YouTube, guys. Oh my god! I've got to say. Oh, you can't even see my Steam messaging, can you? On stream. No, you
probably
can't.
not. I think they're smart enough to make sure you can't do that.
Let's see, I have it on full screen capture only. I
just post like post my shipping address. Like, hey man, I know you needed that capture card set. Where do?
If you guys have a capture card, please send it to this address right here.